In life, we often hear the phrase, what goes around, comes around. In Japanese we say, Nasake wa Hito no Tamenarazu, which is sometimes misunderstood. It literally translates to, kindness is not just for others' sake. This phrase reflects the idea that acts of kindness eventually return to the one who offers them, creating a cycle of goodness. Let's consider this. When you help someone, you may think you're only benefiting them, but in reality, the positive energy you share often comes back to you, sometimes in ways you don't expect. This is not just a moral teaching, but a practical truth of life. It is as if the world mirrors your actions, and kindness multiplies when it's freely given. In Buddhism, we believe in the concept of interconnectedness. Nothing exists in isolation. Every action has a ripple effect. Think of a single pebble dropped into a calm pond. The ripples move outward, touching every part of the water, but they also return to the center. In the same way, our kind actions travel outward and eventually return to us, sometimes when we need it the most. However, let me clarify one point. Practicing kindness is not about expecting something in return. If we are calculating, our actions lose their sincerity. True kindness comes from the heart, from understanding the shared humanity in others. When we act with genuine compassion, the world often responds in kind, creating harmony in unexpected ways. Some people might argue that kindness is weakness, that the world is too harsh for such ideals. But I would say, kindness requires courage. It takes strength to offer help without guarantees, to show understanding in moments of conflict, and to forgive when it's easier to hold a grudge. Kindness, in this sense, is a quiet form of power. The wisdom of Nasake wa Hito no Tamenarazu reminds us of a simple yet profound truth. When we uplift others, we also uplift ourselves. This is not a matter of belief, but of experience. Look around you. Think of the times when someone's kindness touched your life. Did it not inspire you to do the same? This is the essence of the principle, a cycle that enriches both the giver and the receiver. Let us reflect on this idea and how it applies to our own lives. How can we begin to create ripples of kindness in our small actions? To truly understand Nasake wa Hito no Tamenarazu, let me share a simple story. There was once a man walking home after work in a small village. Along the way, he noticed a stranger struggling to push a broken cart filled with goods. Though he was tired, the man stopped to help, using all his strength to push the cart to the stranger's home. The stranger thanked him sincerely, and they parted ways. The man thought little of it afterward, feeling it was simply the right thing to do. Months later, the man's own home caught fire. Desperate, he called out for help, and many neighbors came running. Among them was the stranger whose cart he had helped. This man brought tools, water, and his family to assist. Together they managed to save the house. Later the stranger said, "You helped me when I was in need. I am only returning the favor." This story reminds us that kindness often comes full circle, though not always immediately, or from the same person. The world has its own way of balancing these acts, and sometimes we are helped when we least expect it. Think about your own life. Perhaps you have experienced a moment where a kind gesture, no matter how small, brought unexpected joy. A friend who lent you support during a hard time. A stranger who helped you find your way, or a mentor who offered advice. These acts not only resolved the problem, but likely inspired you to pass on kindness to others. This is the ripple effect of compassion. But the cycle of what goes around comes around works in the opposite direction too. If we act with selfishness, anger, or cruelty, those actions also create ripples. Negative energy often breeds more negativity. For example, a harsh word spoken in anger may lead to misunderstandings, damaged relationships, and even regret. Recognizing this gives us the chance to choose our actions carefully. Even small acts of kindness have great power. A smile, a word of encouragement, or offering a helping hand can create profound changes. When you practice this, you might not immediately see the results, but over time, these small gestures can build trust, joy, and gratitude, both in others and within yourself. This is the beauty of Nasake wa Hito no Tamenarazu. By understanding that our actions create a ripple effect, we become more mindful of what we put out into the world. Every act of kindness plants a seed, and one day those seeds grow into a garden of shared blessings. Now that we've explored the idea of Nasake wa Hito no Tamenarazu, how can we bring this principle into our daily lives? Kindness doesn't have to be complicated or grand. It's about cultivating small habits that reflect care and compassion for others and for ourselves. One simple way is to pause and truly listen to those around you. Often, people don't need advice. They just need someone to hear them. By offering your full attention, you show kindness in its purest form. This small act can strengthen relationships and create trust. Another way is to find small opportunities to help. Hold the door for someone, let another car merge in traffic, or share a kind word with a colleague. These actions may seem minor, but they carry great meaning. You never know how much your small gesture might brighten someone's day. Kindness also means showing patience and forgiveness. We all face challenges and make mistakes. When we choose to respond with understanding rather than anger, we create a more harmonious environment. This not only benefits others, but also brings peace to our own hearts. Lastly, don't forget to be kind to yourself. Often, we are our own harshest critics, but self-compassion is essential to living a balanced and meaningful life. Treat yourself as you would treat a dear friend, with encouragement, care, and forgiveness. As you begin to practice these small acts of kindness, remember that you are part of a greater cycle. The positivity you share doesn't just help others, it also returns to you, often when you need it most. What goes around comes around. It's not just a phrase, but a way of living that fosters connection, gratitude, and happiness. Before we end, I'd like to invite you to reflect on the ideas we've shared today. How can you start creating ripples of kindness in your daily life? If you found this talk meaningful, I encourage you to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Your support allows us to continue sharing insights like this. Also, if you'd like to explore more about living a mindful, compassionate life, feel free to check out our other videos. We dive into many topics that can help you find peace and meaning in everyday moments. Thank you for taking the time to reflect with me today. Remember, kindness is not just for others' sake, it's for yours as well. Let us all continue to plant seeds of goodness and watch as they blossom into something beautiful.